Happy birthday. Born on the 3rd of May is a very powerful horoscope to have. Your plans will be ever so big. The expansion of whatever you want to do will be ongoing throughout your life. You will be a person who will think big and do big. You will tend to be very dominating and very stubborn as well. You have to be careful of such things. Be flexible would be much better. And you'll be a person who will travel the world, settle down in different countries, be able to do businesses. That's the key word, businesses, because you'll always be inclined to go into business on your own, simply because you cannot take orders from people easily. So you'll disagree with your bosses sometime. So the business element will be very kind for you. Yes, you could do extremely well because you're very creative and very imaginative. You could be a great entertainer, a great singer, or a dancer, or an actor, or an actress. You could be a professional of any kind, an architect, a lawyer, a doctor. The whole scope is given to you, which is wonderful. Your palms will show lines like Jupiter lines will be very important for you. When I see lines like that, then you will see the success as well. You'll be a person who can have a very short temper. And you will also be tending to be sometimes very disagreeable with people because your outlook to things will be very, very different. But don't allow that to happen too much because then teamwork becomes very poor. As I said, you will be a person whose level of imagination and creativity can be used whether in food and beverage, whether as an actor and actress in any other industry as well. You have a lot of scope with this born on the 3rd of May, and you can be very lucky. The calendar year 2020 is not very steady for you. You have to be careful that in 2020, don't let your plans get out of hand to go bigger than you can afford to go. Don't expand whatever you're doing. Even if you're promoted, you have to be careful in 2020 because the responsibilities given to you will be difficult for you to manage. Why? Because the planets of 2020 are very erratic and they're moving very fast. And you're a person who, once you start doing some things, you will go on and expanding it as well. Try not to do that in 2020. Be happy with the limit that you can show. I'm going to give you some sample of ages because what I don't know is your ages. Now, if you happen to be the ages of 15 or 24 or 33 or 42 or 51 or 60 or 69 or 78 or even 87, you're going to be one very lucky person in 2020. Even though the 2020 planets may not agree much, you will overtake them and you will get things done your way. The levels of creativity will be very high at these ages, and you will show your talents beautifully. I'll give you another sample of ages, which is also good. If you happen to be the ages of 16 or 25 or 34 or 43 or 52 or 61 or 70 or 79 or even 88, then you'll be also one very lucky person. Everything you do will include whatever is across the seas. So globally, you'll be able to make contacts and let your business grow wonderfully well. You'll be able to use your third eye very nicely as well if you're of these ages. And you'll be able to find ways on how to enlarge whatever you're doing. I'm going to give you some sample of ages you have to be a bit cautious about. If you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75 or 84 or even 93, you have to be very careful of health areas. You have to be very careful that the burdens you create may be too heavy for you. So be careful if you're of these ages. In 2020, don't enlarge your responsibilities to the level that you cannot sustain them. Everything will come crumbling down afterwards. So if you're of these ages, which I've just mentioned in 2020, accidents can also be seen. And whatever you do, legal problems may also come at you. So many things can go wrong if you're of these ages in 2020. I'm going to give you another sample of ages. You also have to be very careful. If you happen to be the ages of 22 or 31 or 40 or 49 or 58 or 67 or 76 or even 85. Well, you also have to be very careful because these fast planets of these ages will be able to have difficulties with the fast planets of 2020. Both going extremely fast, there'll be discoordination, there'll be a lot of fumbling going on. So you need to go slow if you're of these ages which I've just mentioned. Slow down activity. Don't let your impulsiveness take over. Otherwise, you'll meet a lot of crashing and going downhill in 2020. Now, what I don't know about you so much, but I still want to mention some health areas about you. You are going to put on a lot of weight if you're born on the 3rd of May, and you can have uric acid bring gout to your knees and your ankles. So do a blood test for that. And you also can be attracted to accidents because you will try to outreach people and try to tell yourself that to look after your lungs as well, breathing areas. Well, this 90-minute session which I have, I'm going to show you my email again. And if you like to have this 90-minute session so that I can show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers, and most of all, how to reach that powerful supernatural energy that's within you, is within all of us. Every civilization says we have that. Every religion says we have that, but nobody shows us how to connect to that. That's what I will show you. And doing that, I will be able to help you become better than the rest. Well, I look forward to making your contact. In the meantime, happy birthday to you. Remember, you are made for big, big things. And so take your time about them. Consult me. I want to look at your palms to see if there are certain lines there, which will definitely show that you are inspired to become great. Happy birthday again. Thank you and goodbye.